Hey, welcome everyone. You're watching a pre-launch event for Mosaic Christian Church. I'm Pastor Reese, my lovely wife Lisa. We're so excited to share with you about what's going to be happening in your community from Mosaic Christian Church. I spent a lot of my time as a young man in the Air Force. I had a lot of time to travel to different countries, see different people, different cultures, and it made a strong impression on me. It really let me see that we're all a part of the same family. When it all came down to it, people just want to know what their purpose is in life. Whether I was in the Middle East or if I was in Japan or Guam, really, people would always ask, what am I here for? When I really got to know people, they wanted to know what their purpose was in life. And at a young age, I just had a chance to support people and help people just by being their friend. People would tell me, you should think about becoming a pastor, and I never thought that would be something that I'd do. Eventually, though, I got into the field of counseling, supporting people, and counseling and pastoring go hand in hand. And so here we are today, just wanting to expand our ministry and helping people and supporting people, not just emotionally, but spiritually also.
Hi, I'm Lisa Hendricks, and Reese and I have been married for 10 years. We have 3 children. Risa is 9, and Blake is 7, and Cece is 27. We've been in ministry together for about 10 years, actually since we've been married, and we love doing ministry together, and we feel called to do that together. We are trained educators. We've been in education now for over 20 years. I started my career as a teacher and then started a charter school and have been leading a charter school for the last 19 years or so. But over the last year or so, God has really been placing it upon our hearts, frankly, to do more in our ministry. And sometimes public education is great, but sometimes we're not able to offer our whole selves into the work that we're doing. And there is definitely a spiritual aspect that has been missing that I have been yearning for, to be able to serve in that spiritual way.
As a young airman in the Air Force, far away from home, without family, lots of us long to be back with mom and dad and our cousins and siblings, but we were stationed far away from home. And there were some leaders who took us under their wing, and for me it was Captain John Good. He invited me to his home during the holidays. I had a chance to be with a family, and he would make me feel like I was a part of the family. We met in church. And it was Easter, and he knew I didn't have a place to go to celebrate, and he brought me right into his home. And I felt like this is how church should be. It should be a place where we are spiritual brothers and sisters. That's what I want at Mosaic, where people can say, these are my brothers and sisters and my mothers and fathers.
I became a Christian at 27, so I had lived quite a bit of my life and was established in my career, working in education, working as a school principal. I was connected to the church and just had an amazing church family, and I was desiring to find the one and to be married. And I remember walking into church and just kind of whining about that, and just having an amazing set of mentors, women mentors in the church that were encouraging me to seek God, to seek God's heart for who I was to be with, and to just trust and know that God had a plan for me and my future and my future husband. And I'll never forget, there's just these amazing women who said, Lisa, you really need to just write down everything that you want in a husband. Write it out, get specific. And so I said, okay. And so I wrote that list, and that was back in 2006, and I still have the list today. And as the Lord would have it, as I prayed and as I waited and as I trusted God, Reese came into my life. And lo and behold, as I look back at that list, God had answered every single thing on that list. And I just remember saying, what an amazing thing it is to be with a body of believers who can speak life into you and encourage you and come around you during the hardest times in your life. And I want Mosaic to be that way too, where people come and they're broken and they're hurting or they're confused and they don't know what to do. But there is a family that is there to support you and see you through, to pray for you and to walk alongside you, just as those mentors did for me all of those years ago.
The mission of Mosaic Christian Church is simple. We seek to love God, serve all people, and to work in harmony. When those three things happen, there's a kind of synergy that occurs that allows us to do lots of things that impact the lives of people around us. For example, Jesus said that the greatest commandment is to love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And this is why it's the first part of our mission, to love God. And when we serve one another, it allows us to help to understand our purpose. You know, when we go to work every day, every person is serving in some way. Even though they're getting paid, they're serving. And we know that work is a way that allows us to express our purpose and our meaning in life. And so that's why serving is a part of our mission. And then finally, the last part of our mission is to work in harmony. And the best part about work, I think, is the accomplishment that comes out of it. And when you work hard, you celebrate hard. In fact, celebration and fun and rest is a natural result of work. And so when we do those three things together, we find fulfillment, not only for ourselves, but for the people around us. That's our mission: love God, serve all people, and to work in harmony. And when the mission is accomplished, then we celebrate hard, and we have lots of fun doing that.
When I think about a mosaic, I'm reminded about the beauty in the different pieces and the different parts of a mosaic. And God has created each of us uniquely beautiful. And when we put that all together, it's just a beautiful picture of God's design and how He's created each one of us uniquely. And what I love about that too is in a church, we are all different and we have these unique gifts, but we are unified and in harmony in serving Jesus Christ together. So we are unified in Christ, but we're also very, very different and individual. And it's just a beautiful thing to see God's design come to light for His glory at Mosaic Christian Church.
We accomplish our mission in 4 ways, and it's through enriching marriages, nurturing children, spreading the good news of Jesus, and serving our neighbor. And these 4 core ministries bring lots of excitement to our launch team. We're excited to be able to enrich marriages. Marriages are the core of a family. It's the core foundation. Strong marriages create strong families. We firmly believe that. And it's our burden, our compulsion, our desire, our love to support and enrich marriages. And right along with that comes nurturing children. Children are part of our DNA. They are our heartbeat. And we love the next generation. They deserve our very best, and Mosaic is going to give the very best for them. Spreading the good news of Jesus. I'm thankful for the people who told me what the gospel is. And the gospel changed my life. I became a Christian at 18, and from that point forward, I was able to just live life in a new way and understand what it means to be alive. And it's our hope that Mosaic Christian Church will do that for as many people as possible. And finally, serving our neighbor. You know, we try to find out what is the greatest need for our neighbors here in Dakota County, Hennepin County, and the surrounding counties, Scott counties, Hennepin, Dakota, and Scott. And what we found is that about 27% of the babies born in Dakota County are born to single moms. And we thought, how can we address that? How can we serve our neighbor? You know, Christ said the 2 greatest commandments are this. The first one is to love God, and the second one is to love your neighbor. And so we figured one great way to do that is to help these single moms by giving away diapers. Everybody has a felt need, and to see the gratitude in these people's eyes when they show up to get these diapers is just it's so fulfilling. And this is what the church is supposed to do. We're supposed to help meet the immediate needs of people. And so far we've given away, I believe, over 6,000 diapers, and we're going strong. And this is how we accomplish our mission, through those 4 core ministries.
God has uniquely designed each one of us for such a time as this to serve and to build Mosaic Christian Church. God has a special purpose for our church, a special design for our church, a special calling for our church, and He has brought these amazing launch team members that have helped us with planning and serving. It's just been a blessing as we're launching to live out our mission of loving God, serving all people, and working in harmony together, even in these early days. So our launch team is growing, and we're always looking for more members to join this awesome adventure that God has us on. And so we're just excited to continue to do the work that God has called Mosaic Christian Church to do.
The meaning of Mosaic. We see in the book of Revelation, when John gets a glimpse into heaven, he says, "And I saw in heaven people, a number of people that could not be counted, from every nation, from every tribe, from every language, from every culture. And they were all holding palm branches in their hands, and they had white robes, and they were worshiping God." And I thought, wow, the church should reflect heaven. The church should look like that. And Mosaic is exactly that. We seek to make our church look like heaven. God purposely made all of us different, and He wants us to embrace our differences, not to despise them. He wants us to love one another and to embrace who we are and to embrace one another. That's a true mosaic. It's kind of like a bouquet of flowers, right? When the florist does it just right, it just pops. And we want Mosaic to be a true mosaic. We want it to pop. We want people to come in and be a part of it, yet also add their own flavor and beauty.
At Mosaic Christian Church, we want you to be able to feel at home and say, finally, a church you can call your own. Right? So when you walk in, you're going to have that sense of care and love and a community. And there's going to be an amazing kids ministry, and so parents can know that their kids are going to be cared for and loved and nurtured and discipled, while they too get to be loved and cared for and nurtured and discipled in the service. And we're just really looking forward to building that community, one family at a time, one individual at a time. And as we've said, God has called us each to a unique and beautiful purpose, and we want you to find that purpose at Mosaic Christian Church, and to be loved and to be cared for and to be part of a family, so you can say, finally, a church I can call my own, Mosaic Christian Church.
People love community. I love community. Sometimes people wonder, why would I want to go out to a football game or basketball game when I can watch it right here on my sofa? But there's a special energy about coming together. There's something beautiful about that. There's something energetic about that. And it's true for people, even if you don't know the other people. When you come together in a community and experience whatever it is, there's power in that. And I believe that when you do that for God, that power is multiplied exponentially. Lives will be changed. People's souls will be touched, and I believe that for eternity we get to bless people and support people, not just Lisa and I, but as a community. We get to help one another for eternity.
We will be, Lord willing, launching in the spring of 2021 at Burnsville High School in Burnsville, and this facility is going to be a great place for our church. We're very familiar with it. Actually, Reese is formerly a counselor at Burnsville High, so it's part of our community. We know that community, and we're really looking forward to being in Burnsville High School in the spring of 2021. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and our website to get updates on that as we move along and work through the COVID-19 pandemic. We will provide updates about our journey on those sites.
This is how you can help: pray, serve, or give. And if you can do any of those three, we'd love to talk with you.